start. Pollyanne, your turn. Thank you.
Crikey, what an act to follow. Very lovely to be here. Thank you for having me, and thank you to the very wise and amazing people of the Wellington Library Coalition to organise this little get together. Massive thank you to my esteemed colleagues Ian and Tony, and to the negating side. Thank you for tuning up.
Just move it
Oh,
in the
right. Sorry. I am standing, by the way. Right, you can see me and hear me? Great. So my 6 minutes of fame is centred not only on what Pinky has termed a physical place, but to a digital one, and to... Crikey, this is getting exciting. But also to groups of very intelligent and, may I say, very attractive people, librarians. Any librarians here? Sorry. And to continue on the very excellent job that Ian has already started, I will try and make the case that libraries are worth saving because of the people that they house. Wow, really interesting. Pinky, I'm glad that you got to access Google and find out what the terms you needed were. But I think saying that Google replaces libraries or librarians is kind of like saying we can replace doctors now because everyone can walk Shortland Street. What the world needs now is librarians with so much information out there. Who else better than a librarian to decode it, curate it, interpret it, organise it, authenticate it, and integrate it into society? To my mind, I see librarians as a kind of secular clergy. They are a trusted ear, and they're an unbiased source of information and support to anyone who walks through the library doors. The general public able to go to a librarian with any sort of rough or great issues, and they will know that this person will help them use the best of their abilities and try and figure out either a better understanding of the topic or a direction to go into. And again, you'd ask, well, we can get all this information for ourselves, can't we? Imagine this, all right, a scenario, and sorry to my current partner for this scenario.
Tomorrow.
Oh, maybe not tomorrow. You've met a new bloke. He is 6 foot tall, built like Richie McCaw, and he's a doctor. None of the things that my partner is. And he says, "Babe, I'd really like to get away. I'd like to go on a lovely cruise around the North Island, and I would like to smooch you under the moonlight of Mount Ruapehu." And you say, "Yes, sure, babe, let's get that sorted out." You go test your car, but it's making a weird clunking noise, and you think, "Oh, what do I do now?" Sure, you could go online, have a little Google, have a bit of tinker under the hood, but why the bloody hell would you? If you want a job done right, and if you want your car to be rid of its little clunking noise, you would probably want it to be looked at by a technical expert. And if you have the ability to use them, then why not? Librarians are seen as technical experts, and as a reformed academic, librarians are also the keeper of all the very complex and very useful digital libraries. We talked a little bit, I think Pinky talked a little bit about how all the information's there, so you can just sort of trawl through it yourself. Let's interpret that properly. A digital library is not part of the internet. Online library collections, they include things that have been published, they include things that have gone through rigorous editorial processes, and they're also riddled with quantitative analysis instead of opinion. Types of materials include books, journals, documents, newspapers, magazines, and reports, which are digitised, stored, indexed, and you can access through a limited space. And so while one might use the internet to search or a search engine to find the databases or the information, deeper access is facilitated and guided by the keeper of the keys, the librarians. Google, it's an interesting thing. I use it all the time and probably am not better for it. And the reason why this is, and forgive me if this sounds really misanthropic, is because people are inherently stupid. The high visibility of certain viewpoints, analysis and even the facts found online through social networking sites or wikis have been engineered to find the result of an objective group consensus. If we think about Google, the algorithm that they use hinges on this collective principle. So rather than an in-house expert or some sort of authority deciding what resource is the most authoritative, we let the internet decide. So sites with higher link popularity tend to rank higher in the search engines, and this is what we call wisdom of the crowds. So the very highly social nature of the internet makes it really susceptible to sensationalise pretty low quality information, with really sometimes the sole matter of being popular. And if you think about, if I, let's say, wanted to do a dissertation on cultural appropriation of African American culture, I could probably type that into Google and get 1 billion hits in the first 30 seconds, but if I actually wanted to do some critical analysis and research and have some good points to put across to you, I probably wouldn't be very well served with what Google has offered me up, which is about 400 videos of Miley Cyrus twerking. Yes, libraries are worth saving, and it is for the very fact that they house very lovely and talented librarians.